All right, today we're going to test out how long the IceCo Go20 will last running off a small portable power station, in this case a Bluetti EB3A, which has a 268 watt hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So the reason I went this route, there's always going to be, for me, a balance between portability and usability. And what I bought the IceCo Go20 for is to go camping, to have all of my food obviously nice and fresh. And I want to be able to run it off of something small. So I'm calling this my small setup to go out camping with. Right now it's late April 2023 in Western New York State. Camping season has pretty much begun, but it'll pick up more as the weather gets better. So this is not a review of the IceCo Go20, and it's not a review of the Bluetti EB3A. There are way better YouTubers out there that do a much more in-depth, detailed analysis and review on these type of products. In no particular order, and I will link them in the description below, these are my top 5 for reviews of electronic equipment. Hobotech, DIY Solar, Will Pros, Minuteman Prep, Re-Ray, and the Big Heavy. Links will be in the description. Go check out those guys to get detailed reviews of refriges and power stations and almost anything else electronic. They'll get into very detailed analysis. What I'm going to do today is what I call the laid back guy just wants to go camping and have a gizmo other than a standard cooler and ice to take his food out with him to stay fresh and run it on something small like a little EB3A, how long it will last. And the test, this first test, is indoors in my kitchen in a controlled environment. So it's about, when I run these tests, it'll be about 70 degrees Fahrenheit in this room. Obviously, neither of these devices will be outside in direct heat or direct sun, I should say, when they may be for camping. But this is test number 1. Test number 2, in the next video, I'll take these 2 items outside and a small 60-watt solar panel that's foldable from Jackery, also small, because again, this is my small setup, and we'll try that outside. That's video 2. Let's get started with this video 1 indoor. I've got the left-hand side set to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, the right-hand side set to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I've got on that left side a bag of ice, some snow peas. On the right side, 6-pack of beer, and mustard, mayonnaise, and horseradish sauce. I'm using electric to get it started, and now I'm going to put it over on the Bluetti EB3A and see how long the Bluetti will last. Right now it is 70 degrees Fahrenheit inside of my house. So, taking out the IceCo, plugging it into the EB3A, fire it up. That's at 100% right now. And we'll make sure the temperature is set for, the left is set for 0 and the right is set for 40. We'll let it do its thing. All right, she's humming along at about 41 watts, maintaining the 0 on the left, 40 Fahrenheit on the right. It's about 8 p.m. right now. I'll come back when the Bluetti is down to just about 0, and we'll see how long this will work. All right, it's been about an hour. Good time for an update. Holding at 0 and 40 Fahrenheit on the dual zone. So how much of the Bluetti EB3A have we actually used? 89% left, I should say. We've used 11. So if we say about 10% per hour, obviously that's 10 hours. It's around 9 o'clock now. Looks like we're off by 1% or so, so probably won't make it to 6 a.m. It may peter out at some point between 5 and 6 a.m., but we'll keep checking it. The dual zone with the freezer on the left and the fridge on the right is actually worst case scenario for me for camping. I'm never going to need anything that I have to freeze. So the next test after this one is I'll take the divider out and it'll be one zone, just a refrigerator. We'll get to pack more refrigerated type items in there for camping and run the whole thing at 40 degrees Fahrenheit. That will obviously last longer, but we'll just run that test and see how long it will last. We'll check in when this is all done in the early morning. So I just started charging, made it till about 4:30. I emptied it out. So we'll charge this up to full, and then we'll try it again without the center divider, so that the whole thing is just one big fridge, and we'll see how long it made it. So 4:30, that's 8.5 hours. If you run it in dual zone, freezer at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, fridge at 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, next test, we're going to go with the single zone that I set for 38 degrees Fahrenheit. So the whole thing is a refrige. I took the divider out, which sets it to single zone. Here's what I have in it. Just a bunch of random stuff, big jug of iced tea, some yogurt, condiments, soda, beer. You could probably fit a little more in there. Everything came out of my main house fridge, ice cold. I'm running this off of electric. I cycled it right down until it turned off itself. And now we're going to plug it into the Bluetti, and we'll see how much time we can get out of it. So, out of the wall, into the Bluetti. Turn it on. Okay, let's make sure the setting is right. We figured 38. Bluetti is at 100%. When it's ready to cycle back on, it'll start drawing. Okay, so it is 1:30 p.m. I started on the Bluetti EB3A, powering the IceCo at about 7:30 this morning, so we're now 6 hours in. It's been maintaining 38 degrees Fahrenheit. And how much have we used? Okay, we're at 84%. We've used 16%. So 16% in 6 hours. So what are we running at? Maybe a day and a half? We'll find out for sure tomorrow. But certainly consuming a lot less by running a single zone at 38 degrees versus a dual zone at 0 and 40. Certainly I knew this would be much more efficient or last a lot longer than the dual zone. But the one thing about the dual zone, on the 0 side, the freezer side, I had it full with a pack of ice and a pack of frozen peas. Anyway, so we are now at almost exactly 24 hours since this test started. We've been holding at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. It's almost completely full of a variety of things. You could definitely add a few more things, or squeeze them in, I should say. And where is the Bluetti at right now? After that time, 24 hours, we've got 16% left. So we've used 84% over 24 hours. And I'm going to call this test done right now, because that 6% maybe got 16%. Maybe gets us another couple hours. Those couple hours could be the difference between having your IceCo Go20 outside while you're camping and the sun beating on it, or the ambient temperature being higher than the 70 degrees it is inside the house. Obviously at night, when it cools off, you might pick up a little bit in efficiency, but I think it's very safe to say, based on this test, that you could probably run this IceCo Go20 as a single zone refrigerator at 38 degrees Fahrenheit for about one full day off of this little Bluetti EB3A with a 268 watt hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So next test is going to be, I'm going to take this whole thing outside. I'm going to empty the IceCo, take everything out of it, get it to room temperature, bring it outside and have it start from scratch, cooling off, same temperature, 38 degrees Fahrenheit, running from the Bluetti, but I'm going to attach a small foldable solar panel to the Bluetti. It is pass-through charging. And let's see how much power the IceCo takes outside, starting from room temperature, cooling to 38 with nothing in it, and how much the small foldable solar panel adds to the Bluetti EB3A at the same time. Let's see if we can't get to like a net zero energy where as much goes in from the solar as comes out to power the IceCo. Don't know if that's going to be the case. That's why we run these tests. So next test coming up.